All right, time now for other news. All right, let's start with the story everyone's been talking about. Last night's Super Bowl halftime show featuring Bad Bunny. Now, the performance drew a lot of harsh criticism. Here's my take. Maybe it'll surprise you. Okay, why is anybody surprised after the Grammys, after the announcement? I was not surprised at all. And by the way, if you don't like it, you get to change the channel. If you didn't like that show, you got to watch Turning Point. Nobody forces you to watch anything, and I'm not going to act like Alka-Seltzer in water and bubble and fizz the way liberals do about everything Donald Trump says. Does not. Here with reaction, Federalist election correspondent Brianna Lyman. All right, everyone bubbles and fizzes, and I'm like, okay, time for me to go cook some halftime food.
You know, Sean, I get the libertarian instinct here, right? And under normal circumstances, sure, fine, turn the TV off. But the Super Bowl and the halftime is one of the last shared cultural moments that Americans have that is recognizably ours, right? Football was created by Americans for Americans. It is not an international pastime. It is an American pastime. And yet Americans were forced to sit through one of the biggest cultural events of the year being conducted in a language that is not ours, with symbols that are not ours, with foreign flags overshadowing our flags. And it felt for a lot of Americans like we were not invited to partake in a civic experience. If anything, it felt like we were invited to bear witness to the replacement of ours. And when you have people guilting us out of our God-given right to our sovereignty and our borders and our laws, to watch our language be replaced by a foreign language, to watch a foreign culture elevated above ours during a traditional American experience, it felt a bit like a humiliation ritual.
Listen, I get the whole thing. I get every argument. But, you know, the NFL has made a decision that they want to make these decisions often. And, you know, I think at some point, they might want to pay a little bit of attention to Bud Light, because there could be a tipping point moment for them, but that's up to them. But nothing surprised me about this. The fact that everyone was surprised, the announcement was made a long time ago. He made his comments at the Grammys. What were you expecting? I can't believe this. I'm like, why are you? I didn't understand why anyone was surprised. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and I don't think I wasn't surprised either. Remember, back in October, he said, look, you have 4 months to learn Spanish. And a lot of Americans were like, really? And I think the NFL could have done a better job this year. We are in America's 250th birth year. This should have been a celebration of the greatest country ever. And instead, we got this left-wing globalist pandering about how, you know, America actually means every country in North and South America, right? It was honestly insulting to Americans.
All right, moving on. Earlier today, Sydney Sweeney rang the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange, standing alongside the chairman, CEO of American Eagle Outfitters. The actress partnered with the clothing brand last year on the Sydney Sweeney Has Great Jeans campaign. The ad campaign, which you might remember, went viral and drove massive surge in the company's stock price within 24 hours of launch. I'm happy for their success. Why that makes people bubble and fizz and get all worked up, I don't get either.
Yeah, and let this be a lesson to everyone who cowers as soon as, you know, the woke mob comes wagging their finger saying, we're going to cancel you. Don't be a panican, right? President Trump told us that months ago. Don't be a panican. You don't have to play along in the left's cancel culture game. You can do what Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle did and say, you know what? No, we're not going to let a small subsection that views everything through race tell us what we can and can't do.
All right. One bit of good news. Kid Rock actually surpassed on one of the music charts today Bad Bunny with his last song that he sang at the alternative show. Anyway, Brianna, we appreciate it. Up next, the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie continues. We have the latest report straight ahead.
All that you see within these four walls, the words you hear, are never to be repeated.
Abigail, he is an abomination and no son of mine.
He will never acknowledge me or the children.
Hell is empty, all the devil's need.